Hey Gemini, how are we today? Just doing our weekly reading. This week we're looking at your person, okay? So we are going to be having a bit of a delve into what's going on with you and this connection, their thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you as well. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. This week we're going to be using the Tanis Lenormand to look at your energy. We'll be using the, oh my goodness, I always forget the name of this one, the Seeker's Lenormand, I believe. And I also do, that's to sort of look at your person's energy towards you. And I do have two oracle decks to sort of look at, the undercurrent of this connection. So we have the Hidden Truth oracle as well as those beautiful heart-shaped lovers oracle cards. Okay, so getting into it, we're going to start, Gemini, by looking at your energy towards this connection and what's going on your side of things. Okay, so we're just going to grab, I think, 3 for your energy here, Gemini. Okay, Gemini's energy towards this connection. Gemini and your person. Gemini's energy, please. Okay, Gemini, so a few questions in your head, I imagine. We do have the clouds first and foremost. Okay, so you're in this kind of overthinking things, thinking about a lot of things, trying to think things through. You may be finding that you're overthinking to the point of getting a bit anxious about certain things. We do find with the clouds that it does sort of lead to anxiety the more that we're thinking things over and over and over in our head, a bit stuck up in your head there, stuck in your thoughts when it comes to this person, rather than just flowing with what's in your heart. You are sort of really overthinking every little thing, and just getting stuck in your head a little bit, stuck in the reality of the day-to-day. We are seeing that there may be some sort of clouded judgment, some confusion when it comes to, this stork energy. We have the stork there, which that does it does stir up brand new beginnings and things, creates ideas within us. So we kind of feel as though you're here trying to think of any idea you can to sort of stir things up between you and this person, rather than acting from your heart and your emotion. You're really trying to think through, what can I do to get this result? What can I do to get that result? What can I do to stir this person into some sort of action, into feelings? But there is a bit of advice here that comes through with that of the more that you're coming from the head space, trying to stir up things, trying to stir up new energy within this connection. You're not actually bringing into the realm of emotion. You're stuck in your head a little bit too much there, and not, once again, acting from your heart space and that emotional side of yourself, rather than just going with the flow and working through the feelings and the emotions that are there. You're trying to sort of stir up things like, you're just trying to come up with a lot of ideas on how to stir up things. And I do feel as though you are sort of questioning a lot of things here, Gemini, when it comes to this person, and the way that you are overthinking all the potential things, that this could happen and then that will be the outcome, then this could happen and these are the possible outcomes from that. You're not just flowing with it, and not just seeing what comes from the emotional side of the connection. You're really overthinking things a little bit here, and when we do overthink things, it just causes you more anxiety, and that confusion about, how come I'm not getting the desired results, how come things aren't stirring up the way that I want them to. You do need to consider that maybe it's because of where you're coming from when you're trying to stir up these new energy within this connection. It's coming through a little bit thought based rather than coming from true, heart space, emotion space. We do also have the fox energy there. So it kind of does show us that, you are just trying to kind of like, I don't really like to be confronting and stuff, but it does sort of come through as you're just trying to get what you want out of the situation. The fox is very independent and focused on itself. So I do feel for some of you there, you are just sort of trying to stir things up so that you get what you want, but you're not really taking into consideration, what's best for the other person and what's best for the connection as a whole, rather than just your side of things and the things that you are wanting to gain from this connection. So keep that in mind, Gemini, that you don't want to be sort of doing that. There is also this element that you may be concerned that this person is a little bit of a player, and that's why you're trying to stir things up to try to sort of see what's going on with all that. I am seeing that as a bit of a concern for some of you. That's you. I'm getting that vibe of like somebody trying to loyalty test somebody and all that sort of thing. It's kind of like if you're stirring up this energy of trying to get this person to, do, it's kind of like you're wanting this person to show you that your worst expectation of them is true, but that's not what you actually want. So why are you trying to push them in that direction? The more that you're stirring up these worst case scenarios, the more that you're going to actually get those worst case scenarios. So I do feel here there is a bit of a warning in that for you yourself, Gemini, to be careful what exactly you're stirring up with this person, because it's going to affect you negatively more than anything, I feel here. But we'll have a look at what your person's, thoughts. I go through when I'm doing your person today. We're going to look at their thoughts, their feelings, their intentions, and their actions towards you, which should give us a bit of a reply to your energy here, and sort of let us know whether you're stirring things up for the right reason or not. Okay. Gemini and your person, this person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards our Geminis, please. Gemini's person, your person, Gemini. Okay, and can I just clarify their intentions? Clarify this person's intentions towards Gemini, please. Okay, so what we're seeing, their thoughts towards you, Gemini, we have the book energy. Okay, so they really are trying to get to know you. They're trying to sort of unlock you a little bit. See the keyhole in this particular book there. They're trying to sort of get you to open up to them a little bit more. They want to get to know you a little bit more. So regardless of how long you've been in a connection with this person, or even if you're not in a connection with this person, they are thinking about, how do I get Gemini to open up to me? How do I learn more about Gemini? There's some unknown aspects of Gemini that I really want to sort of get to the bottom of and sort of learn to understand where Gemini is coming from, where this could possibly go, because a lot of the time, in order to get to know somebody, you do need to see those extra sides of somebody, learn a little bit more about their story, the way that they think about things. So they're just sort of thinking that they want to learn more about you. They want to sort of get you to open up to them a little bit more and learn more about you, and where you've been, where you want to go from where you are at the moment, and that sort of stuff. It's all about learning, I feel, with that book energy. their feelings towards you. We do have the feminine coming through for their feelings, which, that means that there is feelings there, that they want to nurture these feelings towards you, that, it is an emotional space, the feminine energy. They really see you. I feel for a lot of you, they probably do see you as quite an nurturing, person, and wanting to nurture their own feelings, grow their feelings for you. That they are thinking, the more I know about Gemini, the stronger I am sort of falling into my feminine energy of being a little bit more emotional towards this Gemini. So, the feminine energy as a feeling, it usually is very, very good, because it does sort of show us that, this person has emotion, and that they're aware of their emotion, that they want to nurture that emotion and grow that emotion. The feminine energy really does nurture and grow emotion. So, they are feeling as though they want to get closer to you, and they feel, a bit emotional about you, and they want to nurture this connection. Okay, so with their thoughts and feelings, that does tend to be more in the reality space of a connection. Whereas, the energy, or I should say, the energy space of a connection, their thoughts and feelings towards you. And as we're moving through into the intentions and actions towards you, it is more of that reality space of what actually does happen in the connection. So, we'll have a look here. I do have, for their intentions towards you, we did get the mouse energy. All right, so there's something eating away at this person a little bit, when it comes to their intentions. There is something, it feels like there is something that they are intending to do in particular. That was clarified by that stalk energy. Okay, so we saw that stalk energy up in your cards there, in the center of your stuff. You're trying to stir things up a little bit here as well, and this person really is trying to stir some things up with, they're intending to stir some things up. So with the mouse energy, it does sort of talk about issues of loss, things that have been sort of taken from this person, but it's really that things that have sort of eating away at them a little bit. There's something, I think that's why we're seeing in their thoughts that book energy, because there's something that they feel as though they need to learn something about you, in order to nurture those emotions a little bit more. That there's something, it feels like it's something in your past that they're wanting to just learn a little bit more about your past, and your the past losses, that the things that you've lost in the past, and how, I'm just sort of intuitively feeling here that they're kind of wanting to, for some of you, they may be concerned about a loss you've experienced in the past still affecting the way that this connection is moving forward. But for others of you, like for majority of you, this is all just about them wanting to learn more about you, working out, the way that you deal with things, the way that you react to things, the making sure that you have, gotten over things from your past and whatnot as well. I'm just sort of feeling that they feel as though there's something specific in your past that they need to learn a little bit more about, just so that they can learn you a little bit better here, Gemini, that there's a certain thing that may have happened and that makes you react a certain way, makes you do things in a certain way, that this person's kind of trying to stir that energy up a little bit so that you can move forward into sort of new energy and new beginnings. Because that stalk energy, it does really want to stir things up, but a lot of the time it's so that you can, get that new energy coming through, rather than just living in the past energy. So for some of you, there may have been something that has happened in the past of this connection, and they're sort of intending to go back to that and bring that up, and so that they can stir that up, and sort of, it feels like, for those of you where it's something that's happened in the past of this connection, they may be just wanting that closure. I'm just going to grab one more to clarify that, because it is a bit of a mysterious message. What exactly is that mouse in relation to for this person's intentions towards our Gemini? So we've gotten the clouds there as well. So it really does feel as though, you know, that they are, something's eating away at them about, you know, it's constantly on their mind. I feel like it's very linked because we've seen both the clouds and the stork for this mouse energy. I feel as though it's very muchly to do with where you're at, Gemini, and your energy. And why is Gemini acting like this? Why is Gemini stuck in their head and you know, overthinking things? They're really trying to learn a little bit more about that and work out, you know, what exactly is going on here. Because, you know, I do feel as a kind of eating away at them. So, you know, with this clouds energy and stork energy on your side of things, I do kind of want to say, have you, you know, stirred something up in particular, you know, from your overthinking or from your, you know, like I was saying before about, I was getting that vibe of like a loyalty test or something like that. Maybe that's what's sort of eating away at them. It does feel like a bit of a trust issue for some of you, that it's kind of like they're wondering, you know, they're intending to face this issue and sort of work out, why don't you trust me? Why? They're trying to get to the root of the problem, I feel. And they want to know what's going on in your head. They are really trying to learn more about you here. And, you know, it does feel as though they do want to nurture this connection. And they feel as though, you know, it does feel like this person is coming towards this connection from a very mature way, okay, because they are trying to address any problems that have happened in the past between you and them. They are trying to get to, you know, learn you well enough to know how you deal with things, why you're stirring things up from you know, overthinking and your confusion, and they're wanting to address it, is kind of what I'm seeing here. All right, but for their actions towards you, Gemini, we do have the dog energy, okay? So their actions towards you, this is one of the best cards to see as an action card, because it does show us, you know, it is the card of friendship, that they want to support you. They want to understand. You know, it's all about compassion, understanding, that companionship, loyalty to you. They want to, you know, action, being your friend, being someone who is there for you, that can help guide you, you know, through whatever's going on for you here, Gemini. And they have a lot of loyalty and compassion in their heart for you. So their action is going to be to, you know, try to be a friend to you first, before we even worry about that romantic stuff. You know, I just want to show you that I'm here for you, and I want to help you and support you and be there for you. Okay, so very positive energy for their actions towards you there, Gemini. So I'm just trying to decide whether we need anything else on your side of things here, Gemini. But I feel as though, you know, you, for a lot of you, you're going to know what that clouds and stork issue is, because it's coming from your side of things. Your person wants to address it so that you can move forward from it, and they're there for you to support you and try to understand where you're coming from. So, you know, I'm not going to lie, Gemini, on this particular connection. It does feel as though your person has a lot of maturity with the way that they're facing this connection, and that they are there for you. It does feel as though there's something on your end that you're overthinking things, and you're trying to stir things up. And this person is wanting to address that, get you out of your little foxhole and get to some sort of like equal standing. You know, you feel very impenetrable to this person. That's why they, you know, want to learn more about you, but they are ready to nurture and support this connection. So, but we'll have a look at the hidden truth of this connection. Okay, Gemini and your person. Gemini and your person. What's the undercurrent of this connection, please? Two of these, two of those, I think. Two of each oracle. Gemini and your person. So, If you're ever in doubt, Gemini, I want you. I'm so attracted to you. This person definitely wants to nurture this connection, okay? So there's a lot of attraction there. They want you. They want to show you that they're there to support you and that they'll be there to support you. They do have a lot of loyalty to you, and not just loyalty, but that's physical attraction as well. So Gemini and your person. Gemini and your person. Undercurrent of this connection for Gemini and your person. Okay, I thought that was only one that flew out, but we've actually had three that have flown out there. So, you know, I will go through those all because they do feel kind of relevant here. You know, and especially this one, I did mention somewhere in there, it does feel as though this may have something to do with trust. That is the trust card. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will magically transform. The Twin Flames card, your passion ignites. And then I feel like these are these two here. That was the other one I drew as well. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So that is for you, Gemini, because that's about don't make decisions based on what you think. Like I said from the very start there, you need to get out of that head space and come from your heart space, your emotional space. Be true to yourself. Be true to your heart here, Gemini. But we do also have emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So you know, that definitely could be why we're seeing this trust issue, why we're seeing that you do need to come from a loving emotional space rather than that thought space, because you know there's some sort of resentment that you are holding on to. You know, seeing from your person's energy, this mouse energy, I do feel as though, you know, there is this awareness of this being from something from your past. So there may be some resentment to, you know, the way that things have happened for you in the past with connections, and that's what we're sort of needing to move forward from. You know, forgiving yourself, forgiving past energy here, you know, and stop allowing things to cloud your vision and you know, overthink what's going on, and just come from a, you know, a positive, loving, emotional frame for this connection here. And we really, you know, you've got the support there. This person does want you, they're attracted to you, and they do seem to be ready to face this issue and move on and still be there to support you through whatever it is for you yourself there, Gemini. So that's what we have for you today. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, but hopefully I'll see you all again soon.